our dingo habitat where our three beautiful dingoes, Archie, Eve and Jira, take residence. We're going to show you some of the cool features around the habitat this morning. We are at our main rock structure. It replicates where our dingoes will naturally go and seek a bit of shelter. We've got multiple different levels. Our dingoes are very excellent climbers. They can jump 2 to 3 metres high. We also have in these little structures some little caves. Now dingoes will seek dark little areas to raise their offspring or to sleep as well. We'll often find them in there after they've had their morning sunbaking session. Now our dingoes will also utilise this big rock over here. So Archie's a bit of a sunbaker. We have many different substrates as well. The largest one you'll see is our sands that Jira is currently laying in. We also have a lot of mulch areas as well that they love to seek some shelter in under those lamandras, keep themselves nice and naturally cool. We also have a lot of different grasses as well. They can roll around, have a bit of fun in that and use that as another bit of a resting space. Hey Archie. Down the back here, behind our mock rock area, we have a nice few palm trees. We'll often see Eve make a little nest out the back there. She gets nice and cozy out of the rain, and it helps to keep the area nice and cool and shaded, especially as we are coming into summer. It does get quite hot here as well. Through the middle of our dingo habitat, we have a natural creek. So it runs from one end straight through to the other. Now, as you can see, there's lots of different plant life and logs throughout here. So our dingoes love getting in waterways, so they'll often eat fish from rivers or the ocean as well. So this is a good representation of that. Our dingoes have taken up residence in this habitat for the last 10 years now. So they arrived here when they were 7 weeks old. Even though our dingoes are now 10 years old, they are still full of energy. So very frequently we'll see them running around, have a few zoomies. They love to play with each other, keep themselves nice and entertained. So usually last thing in the afternoon, they'll have a very good play session with each other, tucker themselves out ready for their night time. This habitat has been around for a number of years. It's got a very long history here. We've had a few dingo groups who have all enjoyed this little habitat. And they definitely have quite a lot of fun in it and are still loving all the adaptations that they've made. Hello everyone, my name is Jess and welcome to our lovely otter habitat. I'm going to show you around today some really cool and exciting little places and features of this habitat that our otters really like to enjoy. Our two otters, Percy and Daisy, love to build their holt every single morning, and a holt is essentially an otter bedroom. We put out this lovely browse all around the habitat for Percy and Daisy, mostly Daisy I might add, to build the holt. She gathers up all of the enrichment that we put out and she drags it into this big log here in the habitat, and that's where they have their afternoon naps. These guys do like to sleep during the hot parts of the day, and this is where you will find them if you can't see them out foraging around anywhere. Out in the wild, Asian small-clawed otters need both land and water. They do like to have places with fallen over trees, maybe some sort of crevice that they can build their holt in. So our otter habitat has lots of different substrates in it as well. We have many different sized pebbles and rocks all around the habitat so that they can forage in and around and underneath it. For instance, sometimes we like to give them some crickets, and the crickets can get into all sorts of nooks and crannies. And our otters are super dexterous and intelligent, so they'll use those little hands that are only semi-webbed so they can get right in underneath the rocks, flip them over and forage in underneath. Our Asian small-clawed otters are semi-aquatic, so they have a huge range of food items in their diet. Out in the wild on land, they would be foraging for things like small mammals, reptiles, amphibians, insects, and then while they're in the water as well, they love chomping on crabs, mollusks, crustaceans, and fish. So Asian small-clawed otters in the wild can live in groups of up to 20 individuals, and they are all family members, so they have a very strong family unit. Our two, Percy and Daisy, get up quite nice and close to each other. Sometimes they play together as well. The pond and the waterfall itself is one of the favourite features of our otters because they do love to spend their time swimming, and they will also forage for food. Otters, like I said, are really dexterous. So they will actually use those hands perhaps even more than their eyesight when they're foraging along, say, a river floor. Even if it's really turbid and they can't see where they're going, they can still feel with their hands really well, and they can still hunt for their food. So we use a bunch of different types of browse for our otters. Today we have some bamboo and some palms, but we can also use recycled browse from our other animal habitats. And that obviously brings in a whole bunch of new smells for our otters as well, which is super enriching for them. We have our lovely AstroTurf up the top here. During the day it dries out in the sun, and our otters also like to dry out. So after they've been for a lovely swim, you'll often see our two otters up here rolling around on their back. They'll also be grooming each other sometimes, and that's their way of getting air back under their coat, and that air kind of helps keep their coat waterproof when they do end up going back for a swim. So Asian small-clawed otters are found up in Southeast Asia, like Indonesia area, as well as up into China, like southern China, and over into India as well. These guys are classified as vulnerable out in the wild. They do definitely get caught up in the illegal pet and the illegal fur trade quite often. Unfortunately, people think these guys make really good pets, and I can tell you for sure, it's definitely a full-time job for multiple keepers to look after just our two. We're so grateful to have Percy and Daisy here as ambassadors for their species, and we're so grateful to have such a lovely habitat that we can provide them that's super enriching both mentally and physically for them. And this habitat has been here since Steve's time as well.
The Asian small-clawed otter's cute but vicious. The ball makes them work for their food, and the exercise keeps them happy and healthy and active.
Welcome into one of our Tasmanian devil exhibits here at Australia Zoo. This area is currently home to Amos. He is about 3 years old, and he's taken up residence in here for almost the last 2 years. In here, we've got quite a cool little array of features that our Tassie devils love to get into and climb around. Behind me here, we have a little natural rock mound. On either side, we have two little nesting areas, which they utilise quite frequently. So we pop in some nesting materials. So today we've got some straw and some little palm sheets as well. He's currently resting in his den, but later today he'll be back out here for sure, having a good little sleep in there. Down the back here, you'll see again, we have quite a lot of mock rocking. Tassie devils are actually great climbers. Now, they will often be seen climbing different rock structures in the search for food or prey items. We'll often see Amos actually standing right at the top there, waiting for us in the afternoon. We'll also have them climbing trees, and we've even got some little rope areas as well, so give them a little bit of a helping hand. Tasmanian devils are obviously found in Tasmania, where there are quite a lot of ferns, so we have quite a few different ones provided for them. They will also utilise them for their nesting material. Down the back here, we also have a little bit of a pond. Tasmanian devils are also great swimmers. So Tasmanian devils numbers are sadly declining, so by having our devils here, they're great ambassadors for the species. We want to give them the most enriching life possible, so we have some fantastic areas that a lot of different team members around the zoo have put in hard work with all the different mock rocking, gardening work. Next time you're here at Australia Zoo, I definitely recommend heading down to the habitats you've seen today, and you'll see some of these cool features for yourself.
Watch out now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Danger, danger, danger. I thought you clicked on that. Now, whatever you do, don't click on it. That's danger, remember? No clicking. No clicking.